Hey dojo friends, if you do swordsmanship, then you know that you must have a sword in your collection that does this. It's very loose in the saya, it doesn't stay, it doesn't hold, there's no more lock on it from all the training you've done. So I'm going to show you how to shim this to tighten up the koiguchi so that the katana stays in the saya. Let's take a closer look at how to shim a sword scabbard. Here we go. Alright, so we have the sword here, very loose. Here's what you're going to need if you want to do one of your own. I have this roll of birch wood here. It's kind of a veneer. It's very, very thin, easy to work with. I have some wood glue, which you can pick up at any hardware store. I have a knife here to cut the wood with, a pen, and a file to press and file down if you need it. Now, there's more than one way to shim a saya. I'm just going to show you the one that I learned years ago. It's pretty simple, it's not hard. So first thing I'm going to do is remove the saya and show you the koiguchi here, which is the carp's mouth. You can shim any side that you want of this. I usually shim the ha side, the blade side. That's the part I'm going to shim. And what I'm going to shim is so that the habaki here, this collar, fits nicely into this. It's much too loose right now. I have seen shims that were done up here at the top, at the mune spine side, but I'm just going to do this thinner part here, which is down on the ha side. And this is the side that tends to cut more if you draw it incorrectly, or just wear down more. So that's the side I'm going to shim. So let's put the sword down here. We don't need that right now. First thing I'm going to do is cut a little piece of this birch wood, and I don't know if there's a difference between the different types of laminates. I'm just using birch because it's a good quality wood. It's dry, colorless, and I'm just going to cut off a small piece here. You don't need much for this. Okay, I'm going to cut off about, let's say 1.5 inches or so. We're really only concerned with shimming the habaki, not really the blade itself, just the collar. So you have a little piece of wood right here, pretty simple. Now I'm going to measure roughly how much I need, so I'm going to turn it over. I don't need much here. Probably, I don't know how many millimeters that is. So I'm just going to trace how wide it should be with my pen. And then I'm just going to mark here. That's about how much I'm going to cut. As you can see, it's not much at all. Just a little tiny bit. Cut it here with your knife. Really easy. This isn't hard stuff to do. So that's going to be my little shim for inside the saya. Now, I'm going to test it first and put it in here. Make sure it fits. It does. On this birch here, it has a laminate on the back, which you could sand off. I'm not going to bother to do that. I'm just going to leave it right on there. I'm just going to put a tiny amount of wood glue on this piece and spread it around a little bit. Okay, and let's insert it in. I'm going to use my file to push it in. Again, I only need as much as the width of the habaki. Don't need much. Okay, so I'm pressing that in nicely. Easy. Now what I'm going to do is just hold it for a few seconds, and then I'm going to let it dry, and we'll come back and trim it off and see how it fits, and we'll trim it down if we need to. Be back in a few. Alright, I think it's dry enough, and as you can see, there's still that little piece of wood sticking out. So I'm going to carefully trim that off. And you could use a pair of scissors. I'm just using the knife here. And you can sand that and clean it up however you wish. Okay, and I know that's hard to see, but there's the piece of wood down there, which makes it a little bit thicker. Now I'm going to test the sword inside and see how tight it is. Oh yeah, see that? Now that is tight. The idea, it was super loose. Now there's some tension there which holds it in and keeps it from falling out. There's some pressure, but it's much tighter, just that little shim. Now you could double it up if you wanted it even tighter. You can shim different sides. Again, this is just one way of doing it, but that is a vast improvement to where it was as far as it being tighter. So that, my friends, is a very quick way of using a little piece of birchwood veneer in order to shim the saya. And again, you can shim any side you want. I just happen to shim the bottom part here. Okay, so that is a quick sword fix for today. If you like stuff like this, or if you have any other questions on, hey, what do I do? How do I fix this? As far as sword maintenance, leave a comment below, ask the question, and I'll try to address it if I know how to do it. I'm no expert. There you go. Thanks for watching, my friends. You guys have a great day and enjoy sword maintenance. It's fun. Bye-bye.